Hi, so my name is Benjamin, and today I decided to create a tutorial for you guys to teach you how to create a habit tracker using Swift. This app will allow me to teach you a little bit more about SwiftUI, the basics of it, and we will go implement a bit of logic to be able to save what habit has been done, keep the streaks going, and all of that is going to be done on the iPhone storage. So this is going to be an iPhone iOS app that is going to be created with Swift, and it's going to be done with the help of xCode. So basically a very, very small and easy concept for the app. It's going to be an app that's going to allow you to add some habits, to create some habits. And whenever you do those habits, you'll be able to click on them, which will mark them as done. And every single day, it's going to reset those checkbox. And if the checkbox was previously done and it's done a second day, we'll go ahead and implement a streak that's going to be able to motivate the user. And we'll go ahead and look into a small reward system so that the user can feel more motivated and engage with the app, which can solidify their habits. So the little image that you saw in the corner is an image that I found on Dribble. I am not sponsored in any way or anything. I just love Dribbles to find some inspiration for an app. And this was done by Bhavna. So it is a simple, very nice kind of looking app. So we'll go ahead and design something similar. So to start, I want you to go on the App Store. For the ones that doesn't have xCode, just search for xCode and you'll be able to find it. I know the ratings are really not that good. However, this is the only way that you can create Swift apps for your for iPhone and stuff for Apple. So I didn't get any issues with it. You can see here that once you open it, they might ask you to select which packages you want. Just make sure that you select that you want to download the iOS packages. If you want to download all of them, go for it. I personally don't code for tvOS, visionOS, or macOS necessarily or anything, but feel free to go as you wish depending on how much storage you have. So we'll go ahead and create an application. The application that I want to create is going to be new me, which is going to be the habit tracker. You can select your team if you have one. And so it's pretty much just this. You want this SwiftUI made with Swift, and we can click next. All right, sorry for the interruption. So make sure that everything has been selected here. We can continue, and so you'll have the habit tracker. You can create a file. I just have a little file here, and I already created a template to help and to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So once xCode creates you your SwiftUI, which is so for the content view here, you'll see the little hello world. I like to put that full screen. I like to shrink that a little bit since I work on my laptop. So you can see here that we won't really need these. It is we want to create, I like actually to remove these as well. So the way xCode works, first of all, you have your content view here, which is a struct. That view will contain the body. The var body is going to be some views. That is basically your SwiftUI that's going to go in there. If you want to create some variables or anything, you can always create them above. So for our views, what I like to start with is a Z stack. The Z stack allow you to create some superposition of items. So basically you can have an item in the background on top of it, and it's kind of like layers in some other apps like Photoshop's. So I like to create a Z stacks to start, and basically what I want is, the reason why I create a Z stack is because I want to have a background and I want to be able to create a content on top of it. And so these little notes you see here are comments. The mark basically allow you, if you might have your editor that shows your viewer editor. You should be able to see your minimap. Okay, so the minimap here, you can see background written in big. So whenever you have this little like code, you're able to kind of refer and it's easier to find yourself in the code. So what I want to start with, basically the content view, I want it to be the welcome view. So this is whenever you open your app, this is the first thing you're going to see. This can be a login screen. This can be a welcome view. Personally, I like to rename them as well. So I would go here and call it welcome view. And I want you to rename your app, your items. The difference between you change and refactoring is that if you change it manually without going through refactor, anything you change won't be applied everywhere. Whenever you go to refactor, you can see everything that is cited. And when I go ahead and write welcome view, all of the other places that uses this welcome view, this content view previously named, will be renamed and updated. So you won't create any errors. So your structure is now called welcome view, and we have the background and the content. So now I want to go ahead and create a VStack for the content. The VStack here is allowing you to have item in list, basically. So you have your items one after the other. The VStack is vertical, so it's going to be aligned vertically. You have the HStack as well that exists. And the HStack is for... So for the VStack, I want a text calling the name of the app. So for my case, the app is going to be new me. And I kind of like to make it fancy. So I kind of just want to add a little 2 dots on my E. So we have the new me title. Actually, if you want to make it title or app name, you know what? I will have a slogan and I will have a button or get started button. So for the slogan, I want my slogan to be something like, let's go, the habit tracker that will change your life. So it's a very simple, very nothing creative, too much, too pushy or anything. If you want to go ahead and create something different app name or different slogan, feel free to do so. And basically for the last part of it, I want to get a button that's going to have a action and label. So I'll go over it a little later about the action and label. And I'll just go, actually, all you need to know is that the label is your interface. So the UI, and the action is kind of like more of the logic part. But I won't go over too much. So the text, it's going to be something like get started. So you can see here that basically so far what we have is we've created a new app. This new app we've been working a bit on the UI, and we basically added some text and some buttons. We saw a little bit an introduction to the comments and the different stacks. So the V stack, H stack, and you can see the V stack. Basically, you have the title, name app, slogan, and button. They're basically all one after one vertically. And I could create a H stack just to show you real quick. So you don't need to create that. I'm just going to show you how this works. But basically, if I have an H stack, you'll see that it gets added horizontally. So I will go ahead and delete this because this is not what I want. And basically for the V stack, there's two things that I want to show you a bit more about how to personalize it. The first thing is the alignment. Sorry for that. I just want the alignment. So alignment allows you to change the alignments basically of the content of the V stack. Right now it's currently set to center. So I could put center and it won't change anything. It is kind of the default value. What I like to set it up for, it's the leading. So everything is going to be aligned to the left. I can always do it to trailing, which will be to the right. So feel free to do as you prefer. I personally prefer going to leading. So I want to set my alignment to leading. And the other option as well is going to be spacing that I like to change. The spacing is basically how much space do you want to put between the items. So let's say I want 20, there's going to be 20 pixels between. I can go crazy and say 100. Personally, for me, I just want to go with something very simple, 15 spacing, just to be able to space it all a little bit and to create easier text to read. So this is going to be over for the first video. Don't follow to if you want to see the results, and if you like the tutorial so far, don't forget to like, follow. If you have any questions or what you want to see next, put inside the comments. It is my first video, and the next video, the items that are on there, and create some sort of background so we can look into having a bit more of a welcoming welcome view.